What's up, Juventini? The international break is over. That's the last one until March. That's a victory for all of us. But the news is running rampant. All right, PSG after Fagioli with contradicting reports out there. We're going to look at that. We've got another deadline given to one of our players by Giuntoli that could lead to a shock sale in January. The top two on Giuntoli's list at striker in January. And a new emerging number 10 in Juve's hands. Already, we're going to look at all of this together right now. I'm Berto. This is the AJCer channel dedicated to Juventus. It's November 18th. Let's rock with the news. And we're going to kick things off with PSG. As we know, Juve's got a couple of players on their target list. One is Skriniar, the other is Kolo Muani. And apparently, the discussions have started to involve Fagioli as PSG is interested in the midfielder. Now, what's being reported is that Fagioli's value is deemed somewhere around 25 million euros by Juventus. Number one, do you think that value is too low for Fagioli? Hit me in the comments. Now, besides that, even at 25 million, that would be solid capital gain for Juventus to work with in the January window. Probably still have some left to go into the summer mercado. However, the contradiction here is that you have several outlets stating that the discussion between PSG and Juventus carries all three of those names: Skriniar, Kolo Muani, and Fagioli. Now, the kicker, Mirko Di Natale, comes in and states Juve's got zero intentions of moving Fagioli, especially in January. Now, the kicker here is, all I'm going to say is, do we actually in fact feel that confident that Giuntoli won't make something happen like that? And the reason I say this is because even from my own accords, everything I've heard, okay, and even my sources in Turin are stating that it has been completely different with Giuntoli around, especially when they got rid of Manna, okay? So Manna actually was said to me to be the one that was letting a lot out from internally. Giuntoli, now with the new regime, everything is being kept in-house. So do we even know who Giuntoli is actually actively looking for truly in January? Will he need funds in January to make those moves? Just like in Bangula with Mirko Di Natale stating there is zero intention to sell from Juve. I just say we don't actually, in fact, know 100%, and Giuntoli still represents a wild card to all of us. So let's just see. But a strong feeling in me says we're not going to be selling Fagioli or Imbangula in January. However, can we completely rule it out? You just never know, and especially with Giuntoli so far, as it's too early. In terms of the attack, well, Milik could be back mid-December. That's a good bit of news in terms of his recovery. But as far as the targets go, we've got Berto from Everton emerging as a concrete option at top of the list for Juventus, according to some outlets. Other outlets are stating that Lorenzo Luca is top of the list priority for Giuntoli and Juventus, so we wait and see. The kicker today is, again, on the backside of the words Vlahovic used to describe his play with Serbia and how he feels. Some media outlets were, of course, twisting that, stating that it's a clear indication that things are kind of not 100% between Juventus and Vlahovic. We've also heard a lot about a stalemate in terms of the negotiations for the contract renewal. Today we hear that Giuntoli has given one of the already infamous deadlines to Dusan Vlahovic, and it is December. End of December, they want an agreement reached. And if that agreement apparently is not reached, you could see a scenario where they try to move him as early as January. That is what's being reported today, and that's what's being reported by Giovanni Albanese. Now, do we buy this? Again, you can't rule anything out, but for me, does it make sense if we're looking this hard for a vice Vlahovic that we would move Vlahovic without reaching better spread on the salary, which would also make a sale very difficult? It's just not adding up. If you don't get the help on spreading the salary, that is in fact going to hurt your sale. It's going to be very, very difficult. Now you're talking about moving him in January under already difficult circumstances. If it was the summer, I don't see it happening whatsoever, everybody. But again, this is the rumor mill. It's going wild today. That's the latest on Dusan Vlahovic. But what is true and what isn't? Has Giuntoli actually given him a deadline? We know how that played out for Chiesa, how it played out for Rabiot. Has Vlahovic got his deadline? I think time will tell. Let's see how it goes down. But I'm personally, as I've always stated, said this was going to be a saga, and I think we're heading for a goodbye, but come summer, not January. Now, in terms of Arthur, we have apparently two potential suitors for the player, Marseille and Real Betis. Look, we know what to do in this situation, okay? Please, let's say goodbye to Arthur. Hopefully we could strike a deal with one of these two clubs. Now, in terms of the 10s, news around the 10s, current and future. Well, as far as the current goes, Kenan Yildiz, he has become the best-selling kit currently for Juventus, at least out of their official Milan store. Over the past 2 months, surpassing the previous leader, which was Tone Cope Miners. So Yildiz now taken off as the best-selling kit for Juventus. But a new 10 emerging, Juve already in hand with a new future 10. Apparently, the name to put in your back pocket is that of Alessio Vaca, who has made his U20 Italy debut. He's got 3 goals in 4 appearances with Primavera, and apparently Juve Next Gen will be seeing him very, very soon. So Alessio Vaca, that's the name to keep on your list. Let's see. That is also your news break. And again, you guys, a wild one out there. But again, I think it's a lot of nothing. But you just never know. Giuntoli keeping his cards close to his chest. I don't think media really knows much of anything. But let's see. Are we going to have to drum up money? Are we going to be making moves that require financial maneuvering from Giuntoli? Why is he so adamant to not look at free agency? Something's going on. Something's cooking. We just have to wait and time will tell. But you know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join our AJC army, but let's mix it up in the comments. What do you think is gonna go down? Can't wait to hear from all of you. And of course, I'm back tomorrow with another edition. Till then, fino alla fine, forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.